Okay, in this video I want to talk about bits. What kind of bits you should use as a good rider, or as a bad rider, or a beginner, someone who is starting to ride. Now, in my opinion, the main bits are the snaffle bit and the pilham bit. Any other bit is just a follower for the snaffle or the pilham. It's just apart from the snaffle or apart from the pilham. Like you have main bits, snaffle, pilham, and any other kind of bit will be from the snaffle or from the pilham. There is nothing called a main bit other than the snaffle and the pilham. Now I want to start with the snaffle. The snaffle bit is older, which is this bit. This is the snaffle. It's broken from the inside, a circle on the outside. It can move around itself. That is the main snaffle in my opinion. So this bit is older than the pilham. It was created before the pilham. People made this bit before the pilham, years and years before the pilham. They say the ones who made this bit are the Egyptians, old Egyptians. They used to ride horses with carts, small carts. I think you can see it in movies. You will stand on the cart, two horses are pulling the cart, and you are holding the two horses. So you want a bit that will hold the horse by the sides of his mouth. The pressure is on the sides of his mouth. So you are sitting on or standing on the cart, the carriage, and you are pulling the horse on the carriage, on the cart, and he's just moving or running or whatever in the battle. And in the wheels they put a long spear to kill the people in front of them. So there is no danger of falling down because you are not riding the horse, you are riding a cart. You're just holding to the cart and the horse is just running away, two horses. So the pressure is on the sides of the mouth. So it makes sense. This bit is the best bit for what they used horses for. Old Egyptians and some Greeks. Some Greeks, when Greeks ruled the world, they used this technique. The technique that the Egyptians used at their time was used by the Greeks. So they used the snaffle bit on the mouth of the horse because the pressure is on the sides of the mouth and you are riding on a cart, on a carriage, a small carriage, and you are using strength, stupid power, and holding the horse by his mouth. If he's taking off, so what? You have two wheels, two spears, killing people in front of you, and there is no problem. So this bit was the best bit at their time for them, for what they wanted to do at that time. So the snaffle bit is older than the pilham bit. Many people, or most people, say that it was created by the Egyptians, old Egyptians, for riding horses on a cart, a carriage. They call it fighting cart, I think, or fighting carriage. It's for war, not just taking your family or yourself from a place to another place. It's something that you use at war, and that's it. So with the snaffle bit, I think it's a good idea. It's a good thing to do. Now, the pilham bit, which is this bit, one piece from the inside and the outside, or the curb. Some people call it the curb. It has something like a tongue in the inside, like the Spanish bit or the Western bit. It's like the pilham. So the pilham is just one piece from the inside and from the outside. So snaffle bit, pilham bit. The pilham bit was created after the snaffle bit, years and years after the snaffle bit. And it was created, no one can say who really created the pilham, but many people used it. And most of them, or maybe all of them, used it for war, for battle. They used this bit for battle. The ones who used horses in battles used this bit. And many people say, and you can find it in many books, that when they created the pilham bit, especially the Greeks and the Romans, when they created this bit, they say they wanted something lighter. They wanted something lighter on the mouth of the horse. You can read it in many books. Why is it lighter on the mouth of the horse? Because the pressure in the pilham is not on the sides of the mouth, like the snaffle. The snaffle goes like that, on the sides of the mouth. So the pressure is on the sides of the mouth of the horse. If you put it in your mouth, you'll see. So it's better for carriages, for carts. But with the pilham, the pressure goes on the jaw of the horse, not the sides of the mouth, the jaw. So people who ride horses in battles and want light moves or fast moves or whatever, use the pilham bit or the curb bit after they created it. no one knows who really created the bit. Some people say the Greeks did, some people say the Romans did. It does not matter. The fact is they rode horses in battles with this bit, the pilham bit, or the curb. The curb is the brother or the sister of the pilham bit. They are one, but with a bigger tongue. I call it a tongue, a curb inside the mouth of the horse. Now the pressure on the pilham is like that. This is the mouth of the horse. I put the bit in the mouth of the horse. Then when you pull the rein, it's moving down and up, down and up, or straight and back, straight and back. So the pressure is on the jaw of the horse, not like the snaffle on the sides of the mouth. So this bit was used in battles when you are riding the horse, not on the cart, not on the carriage. You are riding the horse. Most people used it. Romans, Greeks, Persians, Arabians, all these people who used horses in battles at their time, at these days, they used pilham bits or curb bits. So you can say that this is the war bit or the battle bit or whatever you want to call it, or the classic bit maybe. And this bit is the Egyptian bit, old Egyptian bit. That's why people use it when they are riding or controlling horses when they are on carriages or carts. Until this day, they use snaffle bits, not pilham. You do not say a guy sitting on a carriage, sitting on a cart, riding a horse or controlling a horse with a pilham bit or a curb. He uses a snaffle bit because you are sitting on a chair and the horse is doing everything. So you want to use your strength on the sides of the mouth of the horse so he will keep moving forward. That's what you want. But in the battle you want moves, light moves. You want to stop him, you want to move from right, left, attack, run away. So the pilham bit was better for them. So the main bits are the pilham, the snaffle. Any other bit is just a follower for the snaffle and the pilham. Let's say that we have two families, the family of the snaffle and the family of the pilham. Any other bit will be from one of these two families, snaffle family or pilham family. Snaffle family is older, pilham family is a little bit new compared to the snaffle bit, and it was used for battle. Now, for me, a good rider is a good rider. Pilham bit, snaffle pilham bit, it does not matter. Halter, no halter, in the paddock, in the stall, riding a horse, leading a horse, it's all in the hand or in the leg if you are riding with a spurs. Like the Western way of riding, Spanish way of riding, French way of riding, dressage, they control the horse with the leg. The leg is like the hand. So it's all about the rider. The tools or the equipments have nothing to do with controlling the horse, really controlling the horse. It might help you a little bit, yeah. But if you are saying that it will do everything for you, like it will do the job for you, and it will totally control the horse for you, then you are just saying a joke. A real horseman knows that you are saying something that cannot be true. It's impossible for the tools or equipments to control the horse for you. Like total control, not just normal control. Totally control the horse by the equipments, by the tools. That's impossible. You can ride him for 1 week, 2 weeks, and use strength, stupid power, but after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he will kick your ass. That's a fact. It's all about the hand or the leg, the talent, the experience. The tools and the equipment are just something extra that you use. It will help you, yeah, but it will not do the job for you. It will not do everything for you. It cannot control the horse for you. So the first thing that you should know, a good rider is a good rider. The bit makes no difference. A bad rider is a bad rider. The bit makes no difference. Bring a bad rider, let him ride a dangerous horse or a horse who was treated in a bad way, a horse who is hard to ride, and let him ride the horse with any kind of bit or tool or equipment he wants. For 1 year, let's say, or 2 years, and see what happens. The horse will kick his ass. That's a fact. He knows it, I know it, and you know it. If you give him time and you ask him to totally control the horse, not just normal control, you have control, normal control, totally controlling the horse, total control, like the dressage control, or let's say the Western riding control, the Spanish riding school, the French riding school. They are doing something special that most people cannot do. They do something that most people will say is impossible to do. So if you totally control the horse like they are doing, by just using the tools, by just saying that the tools did everything for you, then prove it. No one was able to prove it, no one is proving it, and no one will prove it. That's a fact. So bad rider is a bad rider, a good rider is a good rider. It makes no difference. Now I want to talk about the bit. The rider is good, then he's good. The rider is bad, then he's bad. Now I want to talk about the bit. In my opinion, a good rider, a true horseman, does not need any other bit than the snaffle and the pillar. Because, as I told you, snaffle and pillar, two families. Any other bit is just a follower to the snaffle, a follower to the pillar. So a good rider does not need a help from the bits. He rides with the main bits. The main bit which is the snaffle, the first one, the old one, and the main bit which is the new one, the one for the battle, which is the pillar. I don't need help from other bits. Because other bits were made for bad riders who cannot ride with the snaffle alone, because they cannot control the horse with the snaffle. And they are not good enough to ride the horse with the pillar. It's too much for them. It's like saying that it's above your league. You are beneath it as a bad rider. You are not ready for it. You are not good enough for it. So if you are not good enough for this one, and this one is not good enough for you, you can't control the horse with it, they created something for you between this one and this one. It's like you have an expensive car and a very cheap and bad car. You don't want the cheap car, but you cannot afford the expensive car. They made a car for you. So they made a bit for you. Not a snaffle bit, not a pilham bit. As a bad rider, as a beginner, they made some, or actually many bits for you. All these bits are just a follower to the pilham or a follower to the snaffle. But as a bad rider, as a beginner, it might be better for you. Because as we said, the pilham is not a good bit for you. You're not good enough for it, at least now. And the snaffle is not a good bit for you. You can't control the horse with it. So, snaffle bit, pilham bit are not good for beginners, so they created bits for you. As a good rider, you have experience, you have talent, you are riding in the right way. Why should you ride with a bit that was made for bad riders, for beginners? It's a bad bit for you. So in my opinion, a true horseman, usually, not all the time, there are some exceptions, but most of them, like in my opinion, more than 90% of the true horsemen use the snaffle bit or the pilham bit. Main bits. You are good enough to use the main bits. Why should you use any other bit that is not a main bit? Like, use the head of the family, which is the snaffle or the pilham. You say two families, the family of the snaffle, the family of the pilham, and any other bit is just a follower to the snaffle family or to the pilham family. So, as a good rider, you use the head of the snaffle family, which is the snaffle, and the head of the pilham family, which is the pilham, or the curb. The curb and the pilham, in my opinion, are twins. Twin brothers or twin sisters. So, the same goes for the snaffle and the ring bit. The ring bit, I think they call it the ring bit, is just broken from the inside, and in the outside it's like a square, not a circle. So this circle will move around itself. There is a space around here, so it will move. That's why I love it. I like it more than the other snaffles. But some snaffles do not move. This circle or square will not move. It just will stay in one place. It's still a snaffle, but in my opinion, this one is better. And in my opinion, for my way of riding, the pilham is better than the curb. But the curb and the pilham are twins, in my opinion. So, a good rider needs a snaffle or a pilham. Most of good riders use and need snaffle or pilham because, as we said, they can ride the horse with anything you want. Halter, no halter, alone in the paddock, in the stall, snaffle, no snaffle, rideless, saddle, no saddle. It makes no difference. It's all about the hand or the leg. Of course, they want to ride in the best way, so they use the things that they think are the best for their ways of riding. Like the dressage wants this kind of saddle. The Western rider wants this kind of saddle. They want this kind of spurs, this kind of bit. They are looking for the best thing for their way of riding. But if you ask them to do the opposite thing, they will do it immediately. He will not say, I cannot do it, or no. He will do it. But he is doing the best thing for his way of riding, for what he wants, what he needs, what he is asking the horse to do. So a good rider, 90% or 80%, or let's say 70% of good riders, real horsemen, use the snaffle bit or the pilham bit because they do not need any other bit or kind of bit. So, good riders use snaffle and pilham. In my way of riding, I'm talking about my way of riding, I start with any horse with the snaffle bit, no matter what. Foals, fillies, Arabians, thoroughbreds, it does not matter. I start with the snaffle bit with any horse. Maybe I will stay with the snaffle for one day, and maybe I will stay with the snaffle forever. It depends on the horse. Now I'm talking about my way of riding. not other ways of riding, not other good ways or right ways of riding. I'm talking about my way of riding. I start with all horses with the snaffle bit to let them know that the pressure or the strength of the snaffle is not controlling them. I am the one controlling you. I am the one who you should trust. I am the one doing everything. The snaffle has nothing to do with it. The pilgrim has nothing to do with it. So when I ride him with the snaffle, my hand is closer to his mouth. I want him to feel my hand and to know that this hand is not stupid. This hand does not use strength. This hand is not behind you or in front of you. This hand is with you. So I start with the snaffle to make the horse know that it's all about my hand, not the bit. Most horses, when I ride them, 1 day, 1 week, 2 months, 1 month, it depends on the horse. But at the end, some horses will have a scratch in the sides of their mouth, like little blood. Sometimes, not all of them, some of them. So when I totally control the horse, he's totally comfortable. He's happy and everything is good. I have the right to ask for more, to make him more comfortable, to make him more relaxed, to make him more happy. I have the right to change. So if I see the sides of the mouth of the horse are not as comfortable as I want them to be, I use the pilgrim bit. Because as I told you, the pressure on the pilgrim bit or with the pilgrim bit is on the jaw. Over here. Not the sides of the mouth, the jaw. So some horses use the sides of the mouth and some horses use the jaw. If the horse is using the sides of the mouth and you use the snaffle, after 1 week, you will see that he's not as comfortable as you want him to be. He is comfortable. Like he passed the tests. You get 10 of 10, let's say. But you want more than 10. So you use the pilgrim, and the pressure with the pilgrim is on the jaw, not on the sides of the mouth. So the side of the mouth will be more comfortable, and the jaw is not really tired because he uses the sides of the mouth. So if the horse uses the sides of the mouth, the snaffle bit will not be the best choice. I will start with it, then I will change it when he asks me to do it. When did he ask me to do it? When he was asking to be more comfortable, to be more happy, to be more relaxed, more. That means he wasn't uncomfortable. He was comfortable. He was relaxed, but he wants more. So I used the pilgrim. If the horse is happy with the snaffle, there is no pain on the sides of the mouth. He doesn't need to be more comfortable with it. So I keep riding him with the snaffle. So in my way, the change is for the horse. And it's very simple to judge. You start the horse with the snaffle. That means you start when it's harder, when it's more dangerous, you start with the snaffle. People use the pilgrim or the curb when it's dangerous. And when the horse is okay, they use the snaffle or the halter. I started with the snaffle when the horse was harder in the beginning. Then I put the pilgrim bit or the curb when he was absolutely, totally controlled by me. I do impossible things and some opinions. Like some people will say it's impossible to do this or that, and I did it with the snaffle. So I have the right to change the pilgrim. I changed it for him. And the proof is very simple. I can do the same thing with the snaffle and the pilgrim. Because I started with the snaffle. When I changed from the snaffle bit to the pilgrim bit, I was able to do the same thing I was doing in the snaffle with the pilgrim. So there is no real difference. But some people use the snaffle bit. The horse will kick his ass. He will throw the snaffle bit and bring the pilgrim bit. He will control the horse. After 2 weeks, the horse will kick his ass again. What is he going to do now? Use a knife? Use a gun? A machine gun? What are you going to do? The horse is saying to you, I kicked your ass. What are you going to do about it? There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. They will sell the horse. He's a bad horse. He's not a good horse. For what? Because he kicked your ass. It's a fact. I'm saying a fact. I'm not talking about people as people. I'm talking about people as horsemen. Not as I'm talking about your personality, about you as a person. I'm talking about your horsemanship, your way of riding. It's right, then it's right. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's bad, he will kick your ass. That's a fact. I know it, you know it, everyone knows it. So, if you change from the snaffle to the pilgrim because you were not able to control the horse, then you will not control the horse with the pilgrim. Any true horseman knows it. And if you change from the snaffle bit to the pilgrim bit because you want to make the horse more comfortable and you do the same things that you did with the snaffle with the pilgrim, you were totally controlling the horse with the snaffle. You throw it away, you use the pilgrim. You are totally controlling the horse with the pilgrim. You take off the bit, you are holding the horse with the halter, with the rope on the halter, with the lock on the halter. You are totally controlling the horse. The same result with all the bits, all the tools, all the equipments. Then the change is for the horse, not for me. So it's very easy to judge, very simple to judge. If I get the same results with all the tools, all the equipments, the change is for the horse. But when I change, when I get my ass kicked and delivered to me by the horse, that means the change is for you, not for the horse. And these people will talk about pain and strength and being, let's say, kind to horses. Are you serious? You are using strength with horses. People with glass houses do not throw stones at people. You are throwing stones at people and you have a house made of glass and the glass is cracked, broken. You are in a house made of broken glass and you are throwing rocks at people. That means if they just throw a small stone at your house, it will break down. So do not blame people for what you do. You do it, people do not do it. Real horsemen, let's say dressage riders, Spanish riding school, French riding school, Mexican way of riding, Western way of riding. These are true horsemen. In the past, Greeks, Arabians, Romans, Persians, these are true horsemen. You cannot be a true horseman and use strength. You cannot be a true horseman and wrong at the same time. If you are wrong, then you are not a true horseman. A true horseman does not use strength. So he cannot be wrong. He can be less than you, like let's say I am better than you or you are better than me. But both of us are right. Both of us are not wrong. But you are better than me or I am better than you. So true horsemen cannot be wrong if they are true horsemen. How can we know a true horseman? It's very simple. If he does not control the horse totally, then he is not a true horseman. Because that means the horse does not trust you. True horsemanship, natural horsemanship, means you make the horse trust you. Real trust, not ho trust. Not please do not go away trust. I mean real trust. Because if you think about it, if you bring a dog or a cat and you teach the dog or the cat, if I throw the food to the room or to the car, he will get inside the car to get the food. So you teach him how to do the things you want him to do with food, because he uses his brain like you. But if the horse is afraid from the starting gate or the trailer, if he is scared from the trailer or the starting gate for real, you cannot make him go inside it by throwing food inside it. It's impossible. He will die from hunger before going inside the trailer or the starting gate. I know it, you know it. Why is that? Because they do not use their brains. They react, then they think. Horses react, then think. Other animals who think like people, like dogs, like lions, like cats, think, then react. So, it's impossible to control the horse by strength. We already know that. And it's impossible to make the horse do something by food. Do it and I will give you sugar. Do it and I will give you grass or trefoil or hay. Do it and I will give you barley or bran or whatever, or oats. So it's impossible to totally control him with strength. It's impossible to totally control him by saying do it and I will give you food. That means the only and the best way to total control is real trust. I'm not saying making the horse really trust you is a good thing. I am saying it's impossible to totally control the horse if he does not really trust you. I know it and you know it. You don't have to say it. You don't have to admit it. But when you go home and sleep at night, you know that it's true. If you are a true horseman. Actually, if you know anything about horses, if you just started horses for 1 week, 2 weeks, you will know that. It's impossible to totally control the horse by strength or totally control the horse by saying do it and I will give you food. So the only way for total control is real trust. Pin him, snaffle, saddle, no saddle means no difference. It makes difference but not real difference. So you have snaffle bit, pilham bit, any other bit is just a follower. Real rider, real true horsemen in my opinion use snaffle bits and pilham bits, not all of them. There are some exceptions, but most of them use snaffle bit and pillion bit. In my way of riding, I start with the snaffle all the time. If the horse is ready for the pillion and wants me to change, I will change for him. My change is for him. Why is that? As I said before, as I told you before, because I have the same result with the halter on the nose, the halter on the mouth, the snaffle bit, the pillion bit, in the stall and in the paddock. Same result. So I have the right to say that the change is for the horse. Because if you say no, it's not for the horse, I will say, okay, I will throw the pillion, I will ride with the snaffle because I started with the snaffle, and I will do the same thing. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. If you come to a true horseman, a dressage rider, a dressage champion, and you say, you are riding the horse with a pillion bit, that's why you are controlling him, he will stop, throw the pillion bit, ride with the snaffle, and show you that you are lying. It's a fact. So, a true horseman changes the bit for the horse. It depends on your way of riding. In Western ways of riding, it's different than my way of riding. It's different than the Spanish way of riding. It's different than the French riding school. It's different than the Mexican way of riding. Although the Mexican way of riding and the Western way of riding are one, actually. But they are close, but they have some differences. So, a true horseman, I'm not talking about the way, I'm talking about true horseman. It doesn't matter what your way of riding is. Does not change the tools and equipments for him. It's for the horse. If you say no, prove it. He will throw the bit that you are saying bad things about, and he will ride with the bit that you are riding with, and he will do the same result. Then he will get off his horse and ask you to do what he did with the strongest bit available. You have 3 wrestlers and a knife. I challenge you to ride the horse with a knife. And you have 3 wrestlers. And totally control the horse like the dressage riders do. You will say I am crazy. You will say I am lying. Okay, prove it. Do not tell people that I am crazy. Do not tell people that I am lying. Prove it to them by doing it. Bring 3 strong people, muscled guys, and a knife and put it in the mouth of the horse. And totally control him like the dressage riders do, like the French riding school does, like the Spanish riding school does, and I will say that you are right. I know and you know it's impossible. You cannot do it. You did not do it, and you will not do it. You can talk about it, but you cannot prove it. So, it's very simple. You have 2 main bits. Old one, let's call it, maybe it's true, Egyptian one. And the new one, let's call it, maybe it's true, battle bits, classic bits, war bits. Some people, Greeks say Greeks made it, some people say Romans made it, some people say Samuel, son of Abraham, made it. We don't know. Anyway, the pillion bit is new, the snaffle bit is older. These bits are the main bits, the heads of 2 families, pillion family and snaffle family. Any other bit is just a follower for these 2 families. A true horseman usually use a pillion bit or a snaffle bit because he does not need help from other kinds of bits. So he is riding with his hand or his leg, not with his tools or equipments. So when he changes the equipments or tools or whatever, he's doing it for the horse. And as we said before, if you are saying no, it's not true, prove it. Saying is very simple, but proving is very hard. You must let me see what you are saying. Prove to me what you are saying by doing it. If you say a dressage rider is a bad rider, French riding school is bad, Spanish riding school is bad, Western way of riding is bad, a true horseman is not a good rider, or whatever. Greeks are not good riders, Romans are not good riders, Arabians are not good riders, or whatever. If you are saying that, okay, prove it. Do what they do, then do something extra. Like, if I am saying I am better than you, if I am better than you, that means I can do anything you do and more. But if I cannot do anything that you do, or actually, let's say 50% or 60% of what you do is impossible for me to do, how can I be better than you? It's like you are here, and I am here, and I am saying you are bad, I am better than you. You're not even with him, or equal with him. If you are equal, you don't have the right to say that you are better. You must be better and have something extra, then say you are better than him. And now you are talking when you are beneath him. He's above you. So to say something bad about a good rider, a true horseman in the past, right now, in the future, do what he does and do something extra. Then, okay, I will believe everything you say. But right now, what I see, what I saw, what I will see, I think, is 70 or 60 or 50, depending on your way of riding, 70 or 60 or 50% of what they do, the true horsemen, is impossible for you to do. You said it before, you are saying it now, you will say it in the future. You say it's impossible to do this, then they do it. When they do it, you say bad things about it. Okay, we will talk about the bad things and the good things, but first of all, you said it's impossible. Now it happened. What is your excuse? Answer that. You said it's impossible. This guy proved it. Now, were you wrong? Do you admit that you were wrong? And we will continue. Is it a bad thing or a good thing? But I will not talk about a good thing or a bad thing before asking you about why did you say it's impossible. Are you lying, or were you lying, or were you wrong? If you say I was wrong, I admit, okay, we will talk about good things and bad things. But if you are saying no, I did not say it's impossible, then you are lying. Why should I talk with you if you are lying for years and years and years? You tell me something, then when I do it and prove you wrong, you say it's okay, there is nothing special about it, it's bad. Are you serious? Really? For years and years and years, you are saying it's impossible. And I believed you. I really believed it. I was young, and I said, I cannot be right, and all these people are wrong. So I said, they are right. But when I started to think, horses were telling me that they are wrong. So I had to choose between horses and them. So I chose horses, and I was right. Horses were right, and they are wrong. So if you have the signature of the horse, autograph of the horse, what do you want with the signature of the people, the autograph of the people? Like, let's say 6 billion people say that you are wrong. And the horse, your horse, or all horses, because all horses are one, they think in the same way. And the horse says you are right. Then you are right. 6 billion people saying you are bad, you are wrong. And the horse says you are right. Which one is right, people or horses? In horsemanship, I'm talking about. Horses. So if you get the signature of the horse, do not look for signatures from other people. And the opposite is the same. If 6 billion people say you are right, you are a true horseman, you are just perfect, and you ride the horse alone at night, there is no one around you, the horse will look back at you or look up at you and will say you are a good rider, huh? Now I will kick your ass and do something about it. All 6 billion people cannot do anything about it. It's true. I know it and you know it. So it's very simple. Choose between the horse and the people. If you choose the horse, he is the best teacher. He will teach you everything. You don't need anyone to teach you anything. You have the talent inside you, and it will come with time. The best teacher is the horse. Everyone will agree on that. So let the horse be your teacher. Let the horse make your talent come out. That is the best thing to do. So that's my opinion about bits.